OnlyFans numbers leaked.
I mean, do you think they're leaking these?
100% they're leaking them. 2023, $6.6 billion in user spend. Here's what I do appreciate about them. $5.3 billion paid out to the creator.
On how much again? 6 point what?
6.6.
So like 80%.
1.3 billion in net revenue, 820 million in gross profit, 650 million in operating profit.
2023.
Yeah. To put into perspective, this would probably put this company at, I don't know, 30 billion, $40 billion valuation.
If they had the same valuation as Nvidia, what would their market cap be?
It would be 50x.
So 40x revenue. Here's the crazy part about OnlyFans. Single owner, no debt. So this guy's just pocketing all this money.
Does this guy own?
He owns everything. It's like Rich from Fashion Nova owns everything.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Reporting live from the sauna.
Well, officially the hottest podcast in the world.
This is the hottest podcast in the world. And I can promise you that's a fact.
There's no one is, unless they're recording in sub-Saharan Africa, this is the hottest podcast
And they have
ever.
AC. I'm telling you, if you got all these fancy mics and all this shit, you got AC. Unfortunately.
Do you think the pod will get recorded?
No, because this shit's going to melt.
It's gonna melt.
Don't jinx me.
Commercial real estate is in a slump and they don't fucking turn on the AC over the weekends.
By the way, I brought an ice pack because it's
Smart.
too hot.
He literally has an ice pack on his neck. I thought he was wounded.
No.
And
It's probably, what, 103 here?
like in this room?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it will be in about 10
I lost
minutes.
power on Thursday and Friday.
Because of the heat?
Because of the heat. It was a power, whatever issue. And I think the hottest our house got was like 88, 90.
Yeah, we'll see. But your house also isn't lit with studio lights and
it's true.
fucking. So we'll see. We have a fan that we turn on up until the moment we hit record.
Yeah.
So the clock has started. So this might be a quick episode.
Yeah. We're melting here.
We'll see.
I actually just started sweating.
Yeah.
I know. I'm telling you. I can
It's
feel
hot.
it.
Yeah.
Any thing we need to catch up on as friends before we start?
I mean, NFL is here.
Yeah, even I got into it.
Really?
Yeah, well, number one, the 49ers game or Kansas City game, blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
So how could you not?
Yes.
I was watching it because I'm trying to get into it. Around halftime, I was like, see, like I just, it's
not
just
that
football.
interesting.
And then all of a sudden, just blockbuster.
Boom, boom, boom.
How about,
I'm in. And I watched a little bit of Detroit and LA.
Yeah.
I really want to see Cleveland Cowboys. I'm guessing Cowboys won.
Cowboys
so Tom
won, yeah.
Brady did his first telecast.
Right. How
And
did you do?
it's actually mixed reviews. I actually watched it and
I thought it was okay.
I thought he's going to get in his groove.
Yeah,
He's
he
no
wasn't that
Romo?
good.
I think Romo was amazing initially, and then he's declined.
Oh. So how would you rate him against Romo today?
I think Brady is more well-equipped to talk about football.
Well, fair.
But he's just not in that.
Right. That's his first
Wrong.
one.
Yeah, it's his
Give him
first
some time.
one.
He's probably partying last night.
No, I don't think Brady.
he took it very seriously. So I watched the pregame, and he was like very anxious to do it. He's
But
like,
think about if you had to get ready for like the Super Bowl.
I mean, he has a $350 million contract.
I think when you're like
That's
just
how much it is.
yeah,
that
$350
personality.
million over 10 years.
I just have this picture of him that he's like living more than we might realize.
No, I think he's definitely living, but I do think
I think he takes
also,
it seriously and he prepares.
Yeah, I also do think he takes it
I don't
seriously.
think Romo prepares anymore.
I mean, I would argue that a lot of the commentators I watch on anything or listen to are not that well prepared in general. I would say like 25% are definitely unprepared. 25% are very prepared. And I'd say 50 are like moderately prepared.
It's funny because I feel like there's a certain personality type that not preparing is better. Like the sloppy, barstooly.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, I'm sure Pat McAfee prepares, but
I think Pat McAfee does the kind
Shtick.
of sleight of hand.
Yeah, I think so too.
Meaning like he's prepared,
Right.
but he pretends he's like the funny, jokey guy.
Right.
Because it's fun.
I agree. What are your guys' takeaways from the first weekend?
NFL's bigger than ever.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
is-
by the numbers.
I think 29 million
29
viewers.
million for Thursday night.
29 for Thursday.
That was Kansas City?
Yeah.
I didn't know what the Packers clocked in at.
I mean, the one flop was doing a game in Brazil.
Right.
I'm going to double down. NFL should stop with this globalization.
Right.
It's a national game. We need to stop taking this game all over the world. Fuck that shit.
Right.
Make it an American sport. You want to watch the game?
I mean, there's like 4
Fly your
games.
ass to America. God damn it.
There's 4 games in London.
I hate it. I think it's horrible for the players.
Right.
I don't think it's fair. Jordan Love,
players
because of
didn't want
shitty grass.
I mean, I want to
that
see
was
the
a
stealth
tackle.
bomber
Yeah.
over the stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
I'm
want
not-
fireworks and stealth
This
bombers.
is an American sport. We're not soccer. Okay.
Right. But
We're
you know
not
what?
trying to get the whole world to play this
Well,
game.
Roger wants more money.
He does. By the way, it doesn't. They're more valuable than all of these sports teams combined globally.
I understand, but my
They could be
point is,
double.
Yeah.
they want to keep expanding the audience.
I feel like what they should do is just start little league football in the key
and then in
countries.
10 years, go there.
no. The thing,
Yeah.
that-
And pull some stars from there.
Yeah.
And then go.
That's
like even,
better. Honestly, that's a better move. Like draft a Brazilian kid and
Like if you had a Brazilian quarterback.
yeah.
or
And
a
then you
kicker.
had, right. And then you had a game in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like that's like the fight model, UFC
Yeah.
model.
Yeah.
Take your star
Biggest-
quarterback to the country where he's from, do one game there.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But I mean, what do I really care? But Brazil, it just seemed stupid.
It was stupid. The field was horrible. The players were slipping incessantly.
and there
The
was
stadium
pollution
was a dump.
and pollution.
And yeah, it's just not like,
And they weren't allowed to leave their hotel rooms for security reasons.
yeah.
Jesus.
These are our greatest Americans.
Right. Let them live. Give them American
Jalen
grass.
Hurts and Jordan Love. These are on our Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
I don't want Jalen Hurts or Jordan Love to be,
Their feet should only be on American grass.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I don't want them ever to leave America. This is all we got.
Right.
What do we have?
That's it.
I actually don't know why the NFL wants the international audience because they
no money.
don't spend
Yeah.
like
You just said
meaning-
because of money. I don't
No,
think
I
there's
know
no
it's
money.
money, but like,
I
yeah.
don't think there is money. I don't think having a bunch of people in Brazil watching NFL makes you more money.
But I think that
I just
the real issue is if you walked out Saturday and Sunday, I said this on the last pod, how many people are not watching football?
In
Just
America.
get them in
That's,
America.
yeah, that's more
Right,
important.
right.
I think we should be harassing Americans not watching football.
I felt like there was legitimately, because the last few, 3 times out of the last 6 weeks, let's say, I've driven to Orange County to golf because summer's almost over. It's
Yeah.
arguably extremely nicer down there.
Yeah.
The heat isn't as bad. I truly believe that the traffic was significantly less today. Of all of those weeks,
Oh, yeah.
it was noticeably less.
Yeah.
And I have to believe it was football.
100%.
100%.
That's
as
wild.
as a family, because combination of the heat
Right.
and football, I mean, our kids and I, we watched 15 hours maybe
Right.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
We weren't in the car. We weren't trying to go anywhere.
I'm telling you, dude, I flew down there and back today.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of times I've been at home for the Sunday episodes.
Yeah.
I don't make it back in time. Today, no problem. I got home, showered, had a little snack.
Yeah, and look, I think the NFL is proving that it's bigger than ever. Football in general, like even college football, I'm sure had some very large ratings over the weekend. It's great. It occupies American minds.
Yep.
You know, talk about the psyop. Nothing better than NFL.
Yeah, the PSYOP crowd has to be really happy. The deep state.
Yeah, Deep State loves the NFL.
Yeah.
We're so distracted.
Yeah.
The whole fucking world could be falling apart. If Patrick Mahomes is on television,
Right.
I don't give a
And,
fuck.
Right.
and
I
if you
just
think
don't.
about
I
it,
honestly don't.
Right.
I was supposed to go to 2 events in New York. I bailed.
While you were there?
Yeah, it was like work related events.
Yeah. Went to like a sports. Where'd you go? Where'd you
Yeah, I went to go watch the game at a sports bar with a friend of mine because I was like, I'm not missing opening fucking weekend.
Right.
Are you out of your mind?
and
You're
if
an
you think
American.
about how much
Yeah.
how big the NFL is, like the U.S. Open finals were this afternoon.
Yeah.
And the only thing anyone cared about was Patrick Mahomes,
Right.
Travis Kelce, and Taylor Swift being in a box together.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like all I see of US Open is what celebrities were there.
Yeah, no one cares about the match. I call this. I put this in our chat. D knows.
But because he takes steroids.
Yeah, that's fine. Everyone takes steroids. The drugs are better than the testing. We know that. Everyone takes it.
Sinner.
But
that wasn't a big call. He was the mega favorite.
I said straight sets.
He was a mega favorite.
I said straight sets.
He's a tennis player, this fella?
Yeah. Nobody cares who he is, by the way.
No one cares who he is, but he's the number 1 seed, and he won in straight
he's a
sets.
cheater on top of it.
But why do you say
And
that?
he beat the American.
He got caught with doping right before the U.S. Open.
Fair.
He got caught twice.
He got caught twice.
Right.
He's literally a fucking cheater.
But my point was he's going to crush this American because Americans are just weak when it comes to mental.
Bro, you are so...
Except the greatest athletes in the world are all American.
No. But this is my complaint with Auden. Auden is literally 2 different people living in one person's body.
No, different
sports. Last week, he argued that parents are too hard on their kids for sports.
Yes.
And now...
He doesn't want anyone to live their dream, but he claims Americans are weak.
He's 2 different people.
You can't do that.
No, you can't. If you have a kid...
You don't know that till they're fucking 20 years old.
You gotta torture them first, and then you find out.
No, I disagree.
Diamonds are made for pressure.
Yeah.
You just want everyone to give up and then complain that they're
Squeeze
pussies.
them, and then you might be like, oh, this one's a rock.
I think you know pretty quickly if your kid has a shot.
I think like maybe at 16.
No,
they could have a growth
12.
spurt.
But what about Tom Brady?
Yes. You would have given up on Tom Brady.
You would have been like, take it easy on old Tom. He's a little chubby.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
Not a big runner.
Yeah,
look at him now.
Yeah, you're talking 1 in a billion.
Okay, he was the greatest though. According to your model, you would have given up on him. You would have given, as a parent, you would have given up on Tom Brady.
There's got to be a 12-year-old Tom Brady
He was a starting quarterback at Michigan.
And the last pick.
Right. No, he wasn't last
There's
pick.
There's got to be like an 8-year-old Tom Brady. You know, he sucks. And then 12 hits a growth spurt.
I mean, sucks. He was a starting quarterback at a major Division I football team.
Yeah, but you would have.
I saw that run. I saw that combine run.
No, you would. No one. No, yeah, there's a lot of people you would have given up on your method of grading people.
Well, that's why the American lost.
All I'm saying is you have 2 different arguments. You're 2 people.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm one person.
By the way, America's not weak. We have the best athletes in the world, and just not even the case.
Just not in other sports.
What's Sinner?
Italian.
By the way, the American was in the finals, though. It wasn't anyone else. It was by the women's and men's were Americans. They
both lost,
but they were there.
They both lost.
They were there though.
Which one of the legendary male?
We have not had a
Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi.
There hasn't been an American that has won a Grand Slam in over 22 years.
Yeah,
the problem is our
best in football, you bitches.
Yeah. By the way, the only sport that matters in the world is football.
So you keep changing the narrative, right?
We're all over the place currently. I don't know exactly what the through line is here.
No, but
I mean, Tyreek Hill got arrested
and scored an 80-yard touchdown.
Was that
that's the most American thing ever?
Was that some Scotty Scheffler stuff or what was that?
Yeah, it was definitely Scotty Scheffler. Yeah. Bullshit ass charges. They fucking
I think he had like 7 for like 100.
They arrested another player on the team who tried to help him. Fucking they're all fired.
Yeah,
and they were like, I mean, they know who he was.
I mean, he was driving like a Ferrari or Lamborghini or something.
Weren't they like at the stadium pretty much?
Yeah, right there. Yeah. Fire them all.
Yeah.
They should all go. You don't touch American football players.
I'm saying Tyreek.
Right.
That's the difference between Tyreek Hill and Taylor Fritz. This guy got arrested and balls out. Right. Taylor Fritz goes and gets his ass kicked 3 straight sets.
You're anti-American. That's a woke. You're
anti-American.
I'm pro Tyreek Hill athletes. Taylor Fritz had a great fucking run.
Yeah, but he's lost.
He may make it next year. That's like a bad. Your way of sports is like giving up. Everyone just should give up.
No. My point is we suck at tennis. We suck at AAU sports. We suck at soccer. We suck at everything but the NFL.
NBA,
dude, the top 5 players are all international.
Oh, LeBron's not top 5?
Right.
No, he's top 10.
Steph's not top 5?
Okay, so let me ask you.
They're top 10.
Let me ask what? Okay, so if your point is correct,
but he doesn't want to push anyone.
What do we do about it?
No, not do what he does. If we go down his way,
I'm asking.
Yeah, no, you got to keep pushing. We should double down on kids.
Giannis, Luka.
So what do we do on it?
Jokic. Those are the top 3 players.
What do we do? Do we give up?
His view is give up.
No,
that's the Democrats' view. You give up.
No, well, that's not the Democrats' view.
It is. It's handout money because it's not fair that everyone else didn't try hard enough.
Everyone should give up and let us take care of it.
No, there's two different things. And D, stop talking.
Okay, D, don't talk for 1 minute.
1 minute. Done. You better hurry up. I have the clock. Go.
There's 2 different things. There's kids that have the potential to actually be professional athletes.
Yep.
And I think you know that pretty quickly.
I would argue with that, but keep going.
And there's kids that have no shot that parents are pushing them for their own selfish benefits.
Right. I would argue, I don't think that group is as big as you think it is.
I think it's pretty big.
But keep going still. What do we do about the fact that, in your opinion, all American
so then the second, for the kids that actually have a shot,
yep,
the kids get obsessed with Instagram, obsessed with building their brand, obsessed with doing all these different things.
Right.
And they're not actually working on their craft.
Right.
And that's why they don't become Giannis, Jokic, or Luka.
So what do we do? Don't we have to push
That's
them?
a cultural thing.
No, we keep pushing.
But don't
That's
we have to push them harder?
No, but they're not getting pushed. They literally get famous at 15.
But by the way, you know what's interesting? The woman who was in the finals, I think Pegula, her last name is, her dad owns the Bills.
Right.
Buffalo Bills.
Right.
Taylor Fritz family, great grandfather, I think, made department stores, which became Macy's.
Right.
So you have two rich kids.
Right.
Which people claim rich kids are lazy.
Yeah.
Don't try hard. And two rich kids.
Yeah.
Fucking worked their ass off.
Yeah.
And got to the finals.
Right.
And so as much as there's a lot of things culturally that I think America has to shift in their belief, because the cool thing about America right now, if you are good at sports,
yeah,
there are people that will literally, Bill Ackman paid for Tiafo.
Yeah.
He got the same fucking training that a rich kid would have gotten.
Right.
Because he was like, you know what? The kid's talented. I want to make sure that he gets the resources to succeed.
Is your friend still doing that? We have a friend who was doing that?
Yeah, no, he stopped.
Okay. Didn't look good. Wasn't going to the right
Long
direction.
story.
Okay.
It didn't work out.
Okay.
But I think the point is that like there is a mental toughness and there is opportunity. And the good thing about America right now is that no longer are financial. If your child shows promise,
yeah.
Like I know an 8-year-old who's really good at soccer, and the club team said, you don't got to pay the fees.
Right.
Just be on the team.
Right.
8 years old.
Right.
And so I think the financial barrier of sports aren't like what they used to be if you are talented.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people.
The problem is what we're all sort of debating is the gap from to even like discover that you are talented and special and unique.
I think the problem is that like, here's where I really disagree with Anand.
Yeah.
The main thing is that people push their kids to play sports at a very young age now, right? 6, 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
In the reality, think about a 12-year-old boy or girl.
Yeah.
You are not who you are when you're 16, 17 at 12.
Yep.
Right? You have to go through puberty.
Yep.
And so because of that, we are writing off 12-year-olds and then they grow 7 inches.
Yeah.
Or they become stronger, or something happens to their body that it just makes them a different person. I think it's okay if you develop at 18 years old. There's a lot of professional athletes that kind of were like just good in high school,
right?
Got to college, got strong, worked out, got mentally tough.
I mean, the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yes. LeBron James.
Exactly.
Yeah, which one are you talking about?
I gotcha. But yeah, wasn't he? Oh yeah, LeBron.
Yeah. But I'm
not
saying
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, exactly.
Right.
That's my point. Like it took him a few tries, and he got there. Senior year of high school is when he really shined, and it ended up going to a great college and having a great career. And what you're seeing is
the Michael Jordan story is a little flawed. It's a really good tale to tell,
right? But it's not completely flawed.
So I'll tell you why it's a flaw.
Okay.
His freshman year, he didn't make varsity.
Yeah.
He was 14 years old.
Right.
He made varsity at 15.
Right.
That's not that big of a deal.
But the point is,
you're
like,
giving
he wasn't
up on
special.
12-year-olds.
Like
you're giving up on 12-year-olds.
He wasn't such a clear. It wasn't clear that he was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I think that's the case.
Yeah.
And I think like as kids age, so much changes. The other thing, my only other big pushback to you on it is you were painting this picture of like the really talented young athlete that gets distracted by social media and all the comforts. I'm saying my argument is, how many kids could have been that got distracted by the comforts before they even made it through the first season of, like, you don't even know because it was made so comfortable that you don't even know who could have been what. There might be a kid with incredible genetics and whatever, you had no idea, and he's, you know, playing Xbox and social media and sort of has his spirit a little broken, because I do think there is a tone in the country that is pretty popular that is like, it's just not fair and you shouldn't try.
Yeah.
And I think that is like, and all the rich people and all the whatever, unless you completely give yourself to social justice, you're all evil.
Yeah.
And I just think if you grow up thinking that all successful people are evil and billionaires, and the richer you are, the more evil you are, and you have all of these temptations to just sit in your room on TikTok, I just think it's a toxic environment to grow human beings.
Yeah. So I think the tennis aspect of it, which is why Fritz got smoked in the finals.
Yeah.
Even though he's very talented. I just looked both his parents are like professional athletes. I think his mom was in a professional women's tennis player. His dad was very athletic as well.
Yeah.
And so he has all the genetics.
Yeah.
And he got crushed. And I have a close friend's dad that coached all the greats.
But he made it to the finals of the U.S. Open. That's very different. You just want to shit on him to shit on him.
No. Stop.
You are shitting on him.
I'm confused at what exactly the point is.
So what's your point? That he got to the U.S. Open finals? You're shitting on him.
The point is very clear.
What's the point?
I have a close friend's dad who coached every great in the last 20 years.
Yep.
And he said the American players are mentally weak.
Yeah.
But he made it to the finals. No one's made it in 18 years. He
got smoked.
But he got there. That you understand Peyton Manning his first year sucked? He was horrible. Fucking horrible.
How many Grand Slams do you think Taylor Fritz is going to have?
I don't know. He could have 5. I don't know. We have to see. He's 26 years old. Let the
funny
thing
thing is, I kind of feel like we're all saying the same thing in different ways.
No, he has given up on America. That's why he's voting for Kamala Harris. That's what you do. You want to hand out.
The only difference between your guys' arguments is you're both saying that American culture in sports and achievement needs to toughen up.
Mine is I actually think we have to double down on people that want to pursue it, even if they don't think they can make it, because it creates a culture of trying.
Right, but so you're still kind of saying like create a culture of trying hard, working really hard.
Yes.
Anand, I think, is saying the same thing. The argument is just, did Anand completely give up on America yet or not?
Yeah.
No, my argument is...
Thank God for Patrick Mahomes, greatest person in America.
My argument is basically on the talent level that has a shot.
Yeah.
They need to toughen up in America.
Right, but that's a culture issue.
Yeah.
So we're saying the same thing. Dee's just arguing with you that you gave up on America.
He just wants to argue with me for the sake of arguing.
Okay.
That's all it is.
What was I going to ask you? The talent level. Oh, Patrick Mahomes. Did you see the conspiracy that they're keeping Brittany Mahomes off of the broadcast because she went?
But they were hugging today at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, they were at the U.S. Open. They all hung. They all hung.
It was on TV hugging.
Okay. Did Taylor Swift endorse anyone?
No, I don't think she will.
I don't even.
Taylor Swift, I would guess her fan base is 50-50. And she's just not gonna. It's a terrible business decision to endorse either candidate for president. Terrible business decision.
Right. And my opinion is like it's equally bad. Like I know that in 2016 when she said something, there was a feeling that this is an existential crisis that I need to help stop. Yeah. I get that. But I think the sentiment has kind of changed. No matter who you like or who you think is a clown, I don't think that if you're a rational person, I don't think you think that there's like an extreme existential dread to Trump. I mean, I'm sure people still think that. But
I think there's a pocket of people that definitely feel that.
But I don't know that she feels the pressure of like, I need to save the world by tweeting this.
No, she should not.
I don't think.
If I was her management, her parents, I would say, just keep enjoying those Chiefs games.
Yeah.
You're going to get a fucking another ring. And Brittany Mahomes is going to get another president. It's all good.
You think Kansas City's going to win again?
Yes.
Like this year again?
I think probably if I were to, I would guess 90, watching week 1 of NFL, they are so much fucking better than everyone else.
I'd take the field.
Yeah, the field is easy. That's 31 other teams. I picked one.
90%.
Yeah, but pick a team. Have some conviction.
Who would you pick?
Pick a team.
I mean, I think it's too early to even have a decision.
If you had to pick,
I pick a team. You did,
and not like who your favorite is. If you had to,
I don't have a favorite. Like I'm not like a Chiefs fanboy like D.
Who do you choose though? Do you
have to pick a
do you
team
think
though?
The Chiefs.
Don't be a pussy.
Well, we still have one more game tomorrow.
No, pick
Monday
a team.
night.
It's fucking
We have Niners Jets.
But just
Those
pick
are
a
both
team.
Jets are not a contender.
There's no stake.
Those are both Super Bowl contenders.
This is the problem. This is the new America. No conviction. I fucking love our country.
Right.
I love Patrick Mahomes.
Travis
He's the best
Kelce,
player.
yeah.
They're going to win another Super Bowl.
I can't wait for Chiefs to lose.
Exactly. You can pick another team.
There's no stakes. Will you pick a team?
Yeah, after Monday.
You son of
Yeah, that's pussy.
Well, the week one's not over.
I know, but you're not watching all
You're
teams.
the Taylor Fritz of this fucking
You still haven't
podcast.
seen all teams.
You know Taylor Fritz is a loser. Finally, you know Taylor Fritz is a loser. Finally, do you agree? Taylor Fritz is a loser.
You literally are Taylor Fritz. Everything you despise, you are.
Did Taylor Fritz have a lot of hype or something?
No, he had no chance.
Like,
He
why
wasn't
are
even
you-
supposed to be in the finals.
Why are you shitting on him so hard?
Because he wants to shit on Americans being pussies. That is literally his MO.
I mean,
on this
lost in
podcast,
straight sets.
He literally
He
said,
lost in straight sets.
But
That's like as embarrassing as it gets in the finals.
"No, it's not."
So are you? Yeah, right.
It is. Look at all the greatest matches in
I know, but
every
you just
slam.
want to shit on anything
No.
American athletes.
No.
Yes.
I'm very clear on this.
You're clear as you think everything in America is weak. You're a communist.
Oh God, you're a loser.
I'm pro
That's your
America.
problem.
All right, let's
I'm
move
pro
on. All right,
America.
look, for the sake of the pod,
Yeah.
let's go to news.
Okay.
Okay. And feel free to keep arguing about the news, but I'm not trying to stop the arguing. I'm just trying to move us forward. Because
Okay.
if not,
All right, when's the next American winning a Grand Slam? D.
Patrick Mahomes. When's he win the Super Bowl?
you
can't even pick a team. Pick a team to win a Super Bowl. What are you afraid of? Why are you so scared to pick a team to win the Super Bowl?
Because week one's not over.
I know, but you're not seeing all teams. All teams don't
There's
play.
one game left.
But how many teams play on week one?
Everyone
played.
But you watch them all? Like how?
We didn't watch them all. Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
He doesn't have the conviction. Conviction.
what's the point?
You got to pick.
It's just for the sake of like.
Can we wait till Monday night's game?
I'll ask you again on Wednesday, but it'd be more
Okay.
fun if we did it now.
Can we do it after Monday night?
We'll wait.
Okay, let's talk about the more important thing.
Oh no! All right, here comes the arguing. Let's talk about
We got rate cuts coming.
the economy. Right, that's
September.
true. We don't need to argue over that. Let's talk about the economy. There's a couple stories here that we can put into one.
Yeah.
So here's one. Full-time employment dropped by 1 million workers in the month of August. Now, the reason why I want to highlight this with these other things that we're going to talk about is I feel like that even me, we do a podcast twice a week talking about these topics. And if you just walked up to me and said, hey, buddy, how are the jobs numbers? I'm not sure. I've heard some different things.
Yeah.
I've heard it's really good. I've heard whatever. And some of the numbers have been falsified. It seems like we're starting to get some numbers here that are a little a little concerning.
Yeah, so I think there was a huge stat that came out this week that it was like almost 1.5 million, I think 1.3 million net new jobs went to immigrants, and that includes legal and illegal. But we all know there's been no legal immigration in this country, so it's all illegal immigration.
And to clarify, that is because it's so difficult to do, whereas there's been millions and millions of illegal.
Yeah, obviously, like we know family members that can't get into this country. Like it's definitely impossible to get legal immigration to this country right now.
Yep.
And then there was net job loss of like $600,000-700,000 of American-born workers, native-born workers.
Right.
And so there's clearly a shift. And the reality is like those jobs primarily are going into probably labor-intensive agriculture, service working jobs.
Yeah, they're all farming and bussers and stuff that native people won't want to take.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
It's like a little weird that like it's being sold as like, look at all these new jobs, but American citizens are losing jobs.
Because you talk to any Democrat, they'll say stock market's all time high, job unemployment is all time low. Like all of these things are not real, right? And the problem is that the data that the government has been providing in this new era, like, I mean, God bless Elon Musk, because if it wasn't for all the people on X calling out every fucking bullshit data from both parties, we would not be getting real information.
I think it might be like mind blowing how.
Yes. I agree with you. I think it's fucking out of control how much they're lying.
I don't think
this and how it's only seen in one place.
Yes.
So I don't think it's a Democrat Republican issue. I think it's a data issue, and we have no data. Like,
no, we have data. We are trying to frame the data in a way that positions the country in the way that the powers that be.
Yeah, I mean, the Fed has been the worst example of this.
So exactly. So why would it be all departments? Why would the Fed be different than any other department? The jobs numbers are lying. The CPI is lying. The PPI is lying. Everything's lying.
I agree with that. No, I agree with everyone's lying.
Yeah.
Not lying. They just aren't sophisticated enough to.
That's bullshit. No.
Do you think these are mistakes?
No, I think they're just lazy.
Right.
No. I think they're just lazy. They don't have sophisticated people.
No, you don't think for a second that they are trying to manipulate the data to.
No, I think they're just not sophisticated.
You don't think in American history the data has never been manipulated?
We've ran multiple companies and our data has always been wrong.
Yes, but
that's different.
Let me say this.
We have never had.
Hold on. You've all been involved in investor pitches.
Yeah.
How many times have you not manipulated criminally, but tried to present the data in a way that made your company look the most appetizing possible?
100%.
The answer is 100% of the time.
Yeah.
I think that is what's happening.
Yeah.
I think they're saying, oh, well, technically, once again, I wouldn't quite call it criminal. I've invested in
over 120 companies.
Right. And every one of those is doing this.
Yes. Right. They're lying to us.
And I think that they're doing the same thing, which is trying to make it look as pretty as possible and sort of, it's not fraud, but it's like bumping everything to fit a narrative, as opposed to like, well, wait a minute, can we look one step deeper and see, there's also been a lot of companies that have bordered on or went fully into fraud. I just don't see how you could say, I think that's all.
Here's a bigger problem is the jobs data gets revised every month. Previous data is getting revised downwards. I think the last 27 months, 23 were revised down, 4 were revised upwards.
But to me, that's like adjusted EBITDA.
Yeah, exactly. It's
not illegal.
I agree with that. So let's not make decisions based on bullshit data. We know the United States economy is in the fucking toilet right this second. It's 100% is.
Right. Toilet?
Toilet. It is in the toilet. If they do a 50 basis cut, the market will collapse. I promise you, 50 basis cut, because the Fed thinks the data is that fucking bad, the market will collapse. That's why the market's collapsing.
Counter to that.
As opposed to what? I
think if they do a quarter basis, it feels like, okay, soft landing, everything is good. If they do 50 basis, that means they're so concerned. They're like, we better cut fast. I don't want, me as a business owner, I do not want to see a 50 basis cut on September.
I want to see a quarter. I want 50. I want 50.
Because of psychology.
100%. Because that means they're seeing some data that tells them it's way worse than it actually is. And I don't want it to be way worse.
But these guys have been covering up a recession for over a year now.
Yeah. They've also raised rates a year later than they should have.
Right. That's my concern. Yeah. My concern is like every month that they wait, you're potentially going to look back and say, wow, they raised rates way too late.
They should have been raising rates in 21.
Right. Or cut rates way too late is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like if they should do 25 now, they probably should have done 25.
This is so obvious. These 65 morons that are PhDs in the Fed literally can't figure out anything.
I mean, I would argue everyone in the government that is providing data is a moron, not just the Fed. Because the Bureau of Labor is just full of shit.
Sure. No, I do want to say, my point is like, you can talk about the Bureau of Labor. That's fine. I think their data is all flawed, 100%. But the Fed is out to lunch.
I know, but the Bureau of Labor said the economy's been great for employment, and it's not. It's fucking
It's still,
lying.
even at the max, what is it, 4.5% unemployment, which is still great.
It's probably 5.
Even if it's 5.
But the rate of increase that it's going is not good. It's not healthy. That's the problem.
My complaint is it does start to feel to me like there's a lot of people that want the same thing, whether they're all on an email chain or not. And what they want is to make the Democratic people look good and make Trump look bad. And if they're doing it on their own, like each department is like, well, fuck it. This guy's a threat. We got to make Biden look good, make them look bad. I feel like it doesn't feel like, oh, they just support whoever's in office because, they want to make them look good. It feels one-sided.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
it feels like I don't think these stories would be read the same by the media if it was Trump in office.
Oh, no, it would be totally different.
They'd be like, this is a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
Our economy is in shambles.
Exactly.
All the Americans, he said, MAGA, all the Americans are losing their jobs.
Yeah.
This is your guy.
Yeah. 100%.
And now I just feel like it's been like,
So you deal with 2 of the biggest retailers in America.
Yep.
What's the sentiment?
Soft.
Everyone's soft. Big Lots went bankrupt this weekend. 2 trucking companies went bankrupt this weekend. Trucking industry is fucking falling apart overnight. Literally trucking. And that means that people are not moving shit. That's a bad fucking sign.
Isn't China even having problems with?
Yes, China's in mega deflation.
But no, separate of their own problems from manufacturing slowdown.
Chinese manufacturing is the worst it's been in so long. And there's like no hope in sight. There's so much stimulus that the Chinese government is trying to offer to Chinese business owners.
I'll make the argument that the Fed raised rates too high and fuck the economy.
But you're only blaming the Fed?
Yes.
Maybe there's a million other things that happen.
What happened?
It's not just the Fed.
What happened?
What about the trillions of dollars we handed out that kind of everyone blew? We didn't need to hand it out.
But how would that have changed the economy?
Inflation. Do you know what inflation is?
I know what inflation is.
If you know what inflation is, if everything costs substantially more, people burnt all their money. The inflationary environment created part of this economic contraction. 100%.
I disagree.
What? That's insane. That's literally insane.
No, the Fed fucked up.
No, it's not just the Fed.
You think it's all the Fed?
Yes, 100%.
But isn't the Fed reacting to all the money we handed out?
Well, the Fed didn't act quick enough.
I know, but isn't that sort of the second order?
They don't hand out the money.
No, but
the U.S. government,
isn't the Fed
administration handing out the money?
You can say the Fed made a mistake, but they still made a mistake trying to correct the previous mistake.
Sure.
So isn't the handing out the money sort of the foundational mistake?
Unclear. Because if we didn't hand out the money in 2020, we'd all be bankrupt.
I think in 2020 that was fine. We kept handing it out.
No, we just did one other bill. It's just one. It was a Inflation Reduction Act.
Exactly.
You see Joe admit they should have named it something different.
Yeah, they should have named it something different.
No, but like, doesn't that
same
feel
thing like how Obama says they shouldn't have called it Obamacare. Now they call it the Affordable Care Act.
But that's different. Because he's saying...
How is it different?
That's different because he's saying people are going to hate on it because it's called Obamacare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a lie. This was a trickery.
Yeah.
To say, hey, everyone's feeling the effects of inflation. Good news for you. We got the Inflation Reduction Act.
$2 trillion with it.
And it's inflationary in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every bill is inflationary.
No, come on.
You guys are out to lunch. You guys are out to lunch.
All I want from you on it. This is all I want from you, just so you know. All I want from you.
I mean, he's going to say whatever I say is wrong.
Probably true.
So I don't care. I could say I'm a Trump supporter and he'll be like, I love Biden.
Right.
I'm voting for RFK, so you can vote for Trump. That's
but listen,
fine.
You're still with me on it. You haven't lost me yet. All I want from you, I don't want you to not vote for Kamala. I don't want you to change any of your fundamental beliefs. I just want you to admit that there's some bullshit going on.
There's bullshit all the time.
Right. But do you have any complaints about the Democrats over the last 4 years?
No, he loves them. They did a great job.
Do you have any complaints?
I think, you could...
I don't want to force you to have complaints.
No, you could surely have complaints. I think in the local districts, there's definitely complaints. in LA, San Francisco, New York.
Right.
But Biden's done a great job.
But inflation reduction, you have no problem.
I think Biden has done a great job.
And do you have any complaints over vaccine rollout, transparency of vaccine injuries, any of that?
I don't.
Yeah.
How come you're not getting the booster? They have an ad for it this weekend. I saw. You should get the booster.
Do they really? Are they marketing it?
They're still marketing it. I watched 700 hours of TV this weekend. Every NFL game had a booster fucking ad.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, listen, not judging you on it. You have your...
everyone make their own decision.
Right. But this is what I'm just saying. Me personally, I'm not out to lunch. I just see some bullshit that I'm mentioning. Now, don't get me wrong. This is the thing about me. I'm sure there will be bullshit if Trump wins, and I'll call that out too. But
I don't think you guys will.
Let's watch. Because we have endless episodes of us calling it out in 2016
you
to 2020.
can go look up, check receipts.
Check the receipts.
The receipts are there.
The receipts.
The receipts. We called out Trump as much as you did.
Right.
100% of the time.
You can count on it, and it will happen.
Let's see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll
But
see.
I feel like you're just bought into the thing completely. Like it's okay to be like, hey, this is still who I support because of their values and their whatever. But I feel like there's some like obvious fuckery that you choose to see with very rose-colored Kamala glasses.
Name one.
Everything you just said. Biden just said a good job.
I think Biden's done a great job.
I think not being frustrated about vaccines, continuing to push the money printing after we knew we had just printed an unprecedented amount of money. Like even if every bill is inflationary, any of those things, if you know you just turned on the spigot and there's a lot of problems probably coming, you should probably tighten up at least for a little bit after. But they just couldn't do it, like there's so many little things. But I don't think we're going to get anywhere. We can wrap it. We can go to the next topic.
Well, the next topic's even better.
All right, Trump.
So,
I mean, I disagree that bill would have been legislated regardless of Republican or Democrat. That I'm confident of.
Maybe. But so all I'm asking from you is not.
I don't think that created an inflationary. The inflationary started in 2020.
No,
it started in 2020. Sure.
2021 was when we were at 5.1% inflation in July.
Right, but then they kept spending.
going.
Like
They
if you
kept
look at
spending
the
the money.
deficit, it just
no,
went.
but it wasn't stimulus.
So this is why.
wrong.
Let's just pause. I want to pause. Okay. Pause for 1 second. Nate Silver, who is a election kind of.
And he's
predictor.
missed. He's been wrong a lot.
Is he like a poll?
He's a pollster. He's a pollster.
Okay.
So he had a company called 538. He sold to ABC News.
Okay.
So obviously fake news.
Because I keep hearing that he's like the most believable pollster.
Of the pollsters, he's notoriously been
Wrong.
most accurate.
It's been wrong.
So he's predicting 63% victory for Trump, 36% for Harris. And this is his new blog, Silver Bulletin. He thinks Trump is going to get 312 of the Electoral College votes. Harris is going to get 226. So, Anand, you better tell your people, get out there and vote because it's about to be a landslide.
Yeah, Nate Silver was wrong in 2020.
I know, but you should energize your base now. This is your chance. I'm energizing my base.
Yeah, your base is Trump. That's fine. Yeah.
Technically RFK, but it's just the only option.
No, but RFK's Trump now.
That's
not in my state. In my state. In California, he's on the ballot.
By affiliation, he's Trump.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no question about it. D's Trump.
But by the way, I just want to let you know, everyone listening to the podcast, I do not give a fuck if someone affiliated with Donald Trump. It does not hurt my feeling. You think it hurts my feeling or makes me look bad?
It hurts your feeling.
It does not. I don't care.
I just want you to say the truth.
I'm voting for RFK.
And RFK is a Trump
on the ballot in California?
100% he's on the ballot in California. He got removed from Michigan.
He got removed from Virginia.
He's only off the 10 swing states purposely to fuck Harris. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a pretty smart move.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Dean being a Trump supporter. That's okay.
RFK.
I know enough people.
I might donate money just so that it's when you Google me, you see RFK.
Right.
I know enough people that are Trump supporters. That's
everyone you know.
Not everyone I know. But I think my larger point is like, look.
What about Nate Silver? You think Nate Silver is just a completely incorrect?
He was incorrect in 2020.
In 2016.
Do you
think, because there's other polls that are obviously much tighter. So you're just saying like, yeah, I don't care about this guy. There's a bunch of polls.
No. I'm not saying I don't care about it. I'm like, whatever. You don't know what the 750,000 people are going to do in these 5 states.
I will say, I just want to stay consistent. I've always said I think the polls are bullshit. I still think they're bullshit.
Yeah.
I have heard from a lot of people, Nate Silver's the guy you should look at. I don't know.
He's been wrong a lot.
I mean, and they were every poll was, I will just never forget how wrong it was in 2016.
Yeah.
I also think polls.
That just tells you how wrong mainstream media is on everything.
I also believe now, truly believe this. This is a bit of a jump, but I believe it. I think polls are just another form of propaganda.
Yeah, it is.
For whoever you want to. I think you can sway them however you want.
Yep.
And I think it's a really good piece of news saying, look at this person leading. So you should vote for them too.
That showed Harris was winning. And they said, this is, and then I look at the footnote. It said, we interviewed suburban white women in these 7 states. I don't know.
But there's no reason you can't put that on the front page of CNN.
Every poll is like 1,000 people.
I agree, yeah.
It's not like you're polling 20 million people.
I mean, I was in Laguna today. I could have polled 1,000 people.
And
99.9. Trump's winning.
Yeah.
So you can, I just think it's
in
something.
a state that's going blue.
Right. I think it's, I could say in California, I did a poll, 99% Trump.
Yeah. I
just think it's another like piece of media, a content to say like, look, our person's winning.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's put it like this. This is all very good entertainment.
Yes, and all leading us up to something that will affect the polls Tuesday.
The debate.
Yeah.
The debate's going to be blockbuster.
Those polls, I'm curious on all these polls after the debate.
Well, what's interesting is typically when after any convention, the candidate usually gets a bump. Harris did not get a bump after the Democratic convention. She got a bump when she announced, and then after convention, Trump got the bump. I'm telling you, this Tuesday is going to be blockbuster
Bump
content.
City.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Call him Donald Bump.
Donald Bump. Donald Bump will be good.
I'm just so curious. I mean, look, anything can happen. I have no fucking idea. I think Trump could also make himself look really bad by talking shit to a woman.
I think if he's too much of a bully, it could backfire. 100%.
I think the stakes are high for both sides.
I mean, Harris did a speech this weekend that everyone dubbed over the Seinfeld music, unbelievable, because she said nothing.
Right. Don't be unbothered by what has been. Yep.
I think Tuesday's going to be big.
Yeah.
So Tuesday, you have to give us a NFL pick and then your recap of Harris.
Sure. I'll be in New York.
Oh, right. Wednesday, you mean.
You could text us.
I'll text you.
Text
us your pick.
Yeah. Are you on Wednesday?
I can be, but it'd be remote.
Yeah. You have to. I think you have to be catching the NFL.
Unless
pick.
you want us to cover your picks.
Yeah.
Because either way on Tuesday.
I don't want D to speak for me on anything.
Right. So then you better dial in. If not, Wednesday, if you don't pick the Chiefs,
Wednesday's my birthday.
So you could pick.
Yeah. Well, no, Tuesday you pick. Tuesday you debate, recap, and NFL pick.
Yeah. You just text it.
Yeah, text
it. Put it in the group chat.
Okay. So that's coming up. That's a big deal.
Onlyfans numbers leaked.
I mean, do you think they're leaking these?
100% they're leaking them.
The same way I feel like they leak like Bad Baby's earnings.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they should, if you're OnlyFans.
You should leak it.
You should put these out.
Yes. 2023. $6.6 billion in user spend. Here's what I do appreciate about them. $5.3 billion paid out to the creators.
On how much again? 6 point what?
6.6.
So like 80%.
Wow.
1.3 billion in net revenue.
Yep.
820 million in gross profit. 650 million in operating profit.
2023.
Yeah. To put into perspective, this would probably put this company at, I don't know, 30 billion, $40 billion valuation.
If they had the same valuation as Nvidia, what would their market cap be?
It would be 50x.
So 40x revenue.
40x revenue. So 240 billion.
Love it.
So,
I mean, it is.
By the way, I think OnlyFans is as impactful as Nvidia. What's the difference?
I agree. And here's the thing.
I think more.
Hold on.
Jerking off More people jerk off than interact with AI.
Yeah,
is that correct?
And even though they're not interacting with AI, they're fucking interacting with these teams of dudes that are pretending like the girls.
But that's not even AI. That's actually dudes.
I know, but I'm just saying there's so many interactions
literally artificial
still happening.
It's like an Indian responding to you while you're jerking off.
Yeah, like the amount of people that are interfacing, it probably is more on OnlyFans, at least more emotional than.
So here's the crazy part about OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And Brian Toll hates that I say this phrase.
Okay.
Inside baseball. He hates it.
Why?
He just texts me and he's like,
Stop
I hate
saying
that
that.
you say it, but I'm going to say it.
I like it.
Single investor, no debt. Single owner, sorry, no debt.
What does that do with baseball?
No, I'm just saying, I'm giving you the insight.
It's the inside info.
So this guy's just pocketing all this money.
And did they have investors? Obviously.
I
No,
don't think
this
they did.
guy bought it from whoever started
I think
it.
he
There's
had
a British dude who
So he
bought it.
raised money probably to buy it. And
No,
get it
I think he's
started.
like he's from the gambling industry. I forgot what it was.
You think he self-funded it?
Yes.
No, our mutual friend knows the owner.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get him on at some point.
But
I
no
would
debt,
never be on
no
this
debt,
podcast.
and no, like, does this guy own?
He owns everything. It's like
Oh.
Rich from Fashion Nova owns everything.
How smart? I mean, how? It's just like, no shit, dude. Here we are. Like, oh, AI, fucking AI day, fucking autonomous
many-
cars, fucking blah, blah, blah. Just fucking go back to jerking off.
Do you know how many people in Silicon Valley work their whole life to invest money into dumbass businesses?
Yeah.
When all it is, like if you're in Silicon Valley, you should launch the jerk off fund.
Yeah.
You should launch a fund based on guys jerking off.
Right.
You will be
But
more
what-
successful
Right.
than 99%
I mean, think
of
about the
funds.
entire
what's that-
metaverse. Like, Zuckerberg changed the whole name. Metaverse is everything.
Yeah.
No one wants to go to the metaverse. They want to jerk off and think that they're friends
Here's
with
my
some
thing.
girl.
Yes.
that
Why
they
is
saw on
this
Instagram.
jerk off application better than the others?
Because what's better? Is it live?
I
No,
think
but why weren't there competitors
I have a
that were
theory.
Because
like,
people are so arrogant that they think that like we want to fucking play tennis with your avatar. No, we don't, you fucking dork.
I think this is what I think they completely innovated. Maybe accidentally, maybe this guy had this vision, is they turned the everyday
Person.
into a porn star.
Yeah.
And now if you just, we lived in an era of Instagram models and all this stuff. And now you have a chance to become a porn star, and you can jerk off to your favorite, to fucking Rachel.
But
who you
isn't
thought
there-
just loved tennis. Turns out she has really pretty feet and will show you her fucking butthole.
But
Yeah.
in this world, in every industry, when people see, traction, someone else comes in and it's like, I'm going to try to copy it.
You're saying, why weren't they disrupted?
I think they
Yes.
had the girls. The moat is the girls.
Yeah, I think like even the cultural branding,
Yeah.
like, oh, you're an OnlyFans girl. Oh, I just think it's a monster.
Yeah. By the way, like I think if you're an OnlyFans girl, for example, if someone introduced me to a woman and she's like, oh, she's an OnlyFans girl.
Yeah.
You know what I would think? I would equivalent to be like, oh, damn, you're fucking rich.
Yeah.
I would literally look at that person like I would look at someone that is a publicly traded CEO. To me, an OnlyFans girl and a publicly traded CEO is the same level.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would guess the OnlyFans girl
Makes more
is
cash.
richer
Yeah.
than the publicly traded CEO.
Yeah.
So
Has more cash.
more cash.
Yeah.
We saw it. Bad Baby did $57 million last year.
I mean,
57 million.
What other, we'll say woman to keep it very like competitive, makes $57 million in a year?
Probably Serena Williams.
No way.
Yeah,
No
with endorsements.
fucking
So
way.
maybe peak year,
57 million last year.
maybe peak year Serena Williams.
No chance.
I don't think so
chance.
either, but who else?
Nobody. You know how many?
Oprah?
Oprah,
I mean,
obviously.
But that's what I'm
Not
saying.
anymore. Not she's
Ellen.
worth.
So now
she's
we're
not
talking
making
like
cash.
Ellen, Oprah, fucking Bad Baby.
Bad Baby's the Oprah of our generation.
And then
Yes.
why aren't the females hot on live stream? So it's Kai Cenat, Speed, and
Why would they be? That's free. That's so stupid.
But they all
Those are
make 50
losers.
million
Those
too.
guys are losers. They're making $57
Right.
million dollars.
no, Aiden Ross, they all make 50 plus.
You know how many people? There's only 3 streamers that make money. There's 7,000 girls that make money.
And there are some. There are some streamers. There's gamers and there's streamers. And
why would you want that? This is way better.
Well, I think you would want it only to promote your OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like if you become the world's biggest streamer and then your OnlyFans is going to be really popping. I think that's
it's like female DJs. That became a thing.
Kai Cenat have to do the most crazy things to get attention.
Yes.
Where these women can just present.
Yeah.
My presence is.
But I think if you had a huge stream or a good stream, like there's a porn star OnlyFans girl named Sky Bree. Yeah. I don't know if she has her own channel. I'm not really that tuned in, but like she streams all the time. She's always with the streamers, and that's just all to promote her OnlyFans. Yeah, because that's the real.
That's the cash.
Streaming is just top of funnel, right? The real conversion is tits and feet. It's just fast. I mean, it is truly.
I just don't get why, because there's been porn forever since the internet existed.
I know, but
why did this take off?
Because I'm telling you, the ability to see, like, I think now people look at the people that they follow as kind of like their community, their friends. That's who they learn from. That's whose podcast they listen to, whatever. And now you can see their tits. Or the girl from David Dobrik's blogs, Karina Kampf or whatever. You grew up watching her on vlogs, and now she's fucking spread eagle. It's just so different than like, oh, you're by the way, a porn star. You're in the porn star bucket. You're porn, you know? I think that's it. I don't know.
I'm going to take another guess on this is if on like your credit card bill, if let's say you're a parent and you saw Pornhub or whatever, you'll be like, fuck. But if you saw OnlyFans, I think you let it skate by.
Meaning
like
if you're
the wife
or something?
Yeah, like a parent.
Why?
You may not know.
I think everyone knows.
No, I actually don't think everyone knows.
I think now they do. They know just as much as porn. I mean, it says
I'm going to ask every parent I know, do you know what OnlyFans is? Because I don't think people know.
You should. It has to be 95%.
D's going to do drop off tomorrow at his school.
Yeah, you should walk up and down the line.
Yeah, I want my other kids to get into school.
Here's another really big thing I want to point out is in the old days, if you wanted to get into the porn industry, you had to come out here for the most part, go to the Valley, walk into Vivid,
go to Chatsworth,
right? And be like, yo, I'm willing to do whatever the fuck it takes. They pay you some shitty, terrible rate.
$5,000.
You go, do some crazy things. You get this horrible rate. And then if you're very, very quote unquote lucky, you make it to star status and you can make kinda some money.
$200,000.
This is like Shopify for porn. Yeah. Now you're just a porn star today. And there's no creepy dude that you have to do some weird acts to get. Like, it's just now you do it in the comfort of your bedroom. And you are now a brand and a store, and it's literally Shopify.
It may be worth $100 billion.
Is OnlyFans? You said 240.
I would take 240. I would take their multiple over Nvidia's multiple.
I think
it's much more stable.
is more defensible than Nvidia.
Agreed.
But why?
10 years from now,
that's what I don't get. I don't get why it's defensible.
Okay. Have you heard of jerking off?
No. I know there's enough.
The Democrats don't do that.
Democrats don't jerk off.
No, but we
don't even know what genitalia you have anymore.
You can't ask. You can't ask.
No, my point is I don't get why this is the only site that can produce this content. That's all I'm saying.
It's just like any other
they just
monster
got caught
brand.
fire. They're it. They won.
I think it's just monster cultural relevance.
Because if you think about it, anyone could create.
Yeah, but anyone could have made Facebook. Anyone could have made Starbucks. Anyone
but Facebook had the friend connection. I guess. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Not in a way. It's not quite. I don't know if you would call it a network effect, but you now have like an emotional connection to your favorite creators. And so if there's two over on the new app, my girlfriend's over here, and she just wrote me back.
How many people? I'll stop.
I think it is a monstrous. It's something that's kind of funny and it's the butt of a lot of jokes or whatever, but it is a true American business, just anomaly behemoth.
That single founder or single owner. Sorry.
I mean,
that guy.
I don't even know if it's an American business, by the way. It may be a foreign business.
Is it? Do you know? Inside Baseball?
Inside Baseball, but
yeah, it's not baseball. It might be fucking cricket.
Yeah, it's inside cricket.
The guy lives in Florida.
Yeah,
that I know.
Yeah, it may not be an American business. I mean, the business is definitely not domiciled in America. I'll guarantee that.
That I don't know.
Okay, shout out to first of all, shout out to our friend Anthony.
Yeah.
Who manages the great Kendrick Lamar. Also, obviously, shout out to Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I do have one complaint. Kendrick's momentum, like leading into summer, was so unheard of, unstoppable. I wish there was more music.
Yeah.
By now, I just think Kendrick could have like spent the whole summer shoveling dirt onto Drake and like having the most amazing music. But it's okay. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
I know there's something in the works.
I'm sure.
It has been announced Kendrick will be headlining the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show.
It's going to be fun. It'll be epic.
I do have to believe if you're Drake, not that everything's through the lens of Drake, because I don't really care, but you got to be like, fuck.
I have to wait 6 more months.
Well, just like, like he's probably going to do a little
I think
us.
If I was Drake, I was like, all right, whatever. I just got to wait till like, you know.
End of summer. It's almost over.
Yeah, and then it's over and we're good. And then this. So, okay, I got to wait till March.
I mean, February and having like both teams, they not like us. I mean,
I think
brutal.
This is pretty epic because Jay-Z is the one that decides in accordance with NFL of who performs. So
and he put out
he's not picking Drake. Let's say that.
He picked Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
And congrats to Anthony because this is pretty epic. Like you can go back the years and see who's performed. Prince,
right?
Beyonce, Rihanna, like
all of them. Gaga,
this is like a big deal, and I think it's gonna be a tough month for Drake.
Yeah, and I do want to say this feels to me, and I don't know anything here. This is no inside. This is outside baseball.
Is outside baseball bad for Brian Toll? Let's find out.
Let's find out. Let's see if he listens. I'm like outside of Dodger Stadium in the parking lot. I'm just saying.
Well, the crime is.
It's dangerous out here. I feel like I think that there's been, from what I've sort of heard or gathered, like some Jay-Z, Drake, little shots and things.
There definitely should be.
And so if you're Jay-Z, this is also a really good way to kind of say, fuck you, Drake, with all of his power.
Yes.
And I'm going to have Kendrick.
Yeah, I think.
Just as like.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like if I was Jay-Z, Drake was the only one that kind of took his throne.
Right. Or threatened his.
Yeah. It's a good move. I like it.
I love it. Love everything about it. The ad or the post about it was great. It's all great. Shout out to.
No, it's cool.
Dave Free, PG Lang, the whole crew.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's fun.
Okay, that is it. We
are at 110 degrees.
Only hot.
Only
hot fans.
No fans. Only zero fans. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. No shout outs, nothing, right? Okay, good stuff. Thank you for listening. Everyone have a great week. We got a debate. We got Anand's picks. It's going to be a hot week.
Yeah, literally.
See you later.